Hey guys, let's talk about Squid Games. So, if you don't know, Squid Games, I'm sure you know. Let me not say if you don't know. Child, it's been going viral for weeks and the hype kind of died down. So, I finally want to talk about it and give my own opinions. I'm really a late bird when it comes down to the trends or whatever, but I was trying to draw all the characters, but I got tired midway, so this is the art that you get. But I wanted to give my little 2 cents because nobody was really talking about it the way I thought about it. And I was like, I gotta just put myself out there. I just gotta do it. But Squid Games, when people were saying that Squid Games, Americans are gonna copy it, I just want you guys to know that Saw, Escape Room, and I think there's another movie that's just like Squid Games have already been made. The only difference is you ain't getting paid. You're just leaving with your life. Like, I think that was literally the only difference. And I find it so funny because people were going so hard, like, America's gonna try to do the same thing about capitalism, da da da. And I'm like, America has done worse movies. I mean, yeah, well, Saw is a movie trilogy, whatever you want to call it, because they have more than just three. But Escape Room, I think they're adding on to it. But we've done movies already where you had to play a game to survive. Like, do you want to play a game? Like this is something we've already done. So it's not, new to us. Um in Korea, they definitely did it a different way. It was very cool to watch. And I like how it was like they're like in America, you're just fighting for your life. Like you that's it. But in Korea, there was an actual reward, and the reward was money, and you saw how desperate people acted for it. And there's some trends that went around that was like, if you were in Squid Game, like how like would you win? And I was like, no. If I was able to escape from red light, green light, baby, you not seeing me there again. I'm telling you, like, what? Like, after I saw the first dude get shot in red light, green light, I was like, oh, hell no, get me out of here. I would have either been shot because I was in shocked, or I probably would have stayed alive because I would have just stood still due to my shock. Like, it would have been up. It would have been up. And after that, we did the majority rules. You're not seeing me again. I would have been that 7% that did not come back. I don't care how much debt I'm in, especially if I had kids, you're not seeing me play Squid Games again. And this segued me into like another thing I wanted to talk about dealing with Squid Games. Um, I didn't feel bad for any of the players. Not even Ali. Not even Ali. I'm saying him now because I'm drawing him. But I didn't feel bad for none of the players. I knew the old man was the conductor because he was old as shit. And all I can think in my head is, damn, bro, you can't get your life together at your age. I don't know. I know that's messed up. Old people have struggles paying off their debt too. I just felt like he didn't fit the bill of being somebody in debt. Like he looked like he was in his 80s. And I'm like, damn it, you couldn't spend your 60s trying to make sure you were good in your 80s. You couldn't spend your 40s making sure you was good in your 60s. Like, when you had the energy and strength, you couldn't figure that out. That's why I was like, nah, he's definitely the ringleader. Plus, when they show the ringleader putting on a mask, I saw his wrinkly ass hand. So that was one. Um, Everybody in here except for Song Woo, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Sorry if I butchered it. Had kids to look forward to, which is why I don't feel bad for anybody because I'm in debt. I'm in debt. I have student loans and stuff like that. And even if I only had to deal with my student loans, you're not catching me play games. And the only thing is, I either live or die. Like, for a bag, nah. Like, fans only would have been on and popping. Cause no, like what? And I get in like what I've seen on social media. Korean society is very different from American society, but some of the same fundamentals still is there. Classism is a problem. Um, what is it called? Capitalism is terrible because the fact that that's even a thing, like with American movies, you're literally just fighting for your life. You're trying to the escape room. You're just trying to make sure you escape with your life. And Korea is like, oh yeah, you're fighting for your life and money. So it's like the torture is motivated. It's crazy. And I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, wow, like this character was beautiful, by the way. But that's kind of crazy. Like how all of them was like agreeing to do this just for a bag. And I know maybe in Korean won that money was a lot, but when I converted, I was like, that was not enough for me to be doing all of that. Like, not enough. But the only person I really related to the most was Song Woo because one, he didn't have any kids. He put himself in debt because of the pressure of everybody else had on him. If you really look at this player's at this character, he was looked at as this genius. He had to live up to an expectation that he didn't even set for himself. Everybody else set it for him, and it was too much. It was too much weight. And it's funny because he was very realistic about his goals and his aims and didn't care who he had to stop over to get there. And I feel like a lot of people would do exactly what he does and move, but it's just too ashamed to admit that that's how far they will go. He's the only character I actually was like, okay, like I, I don't know if I sympathize with him, but yeah, I sympathize. Yeah, I sympathize with him. I didn't sympathize for Ali because he had a newborn baby and a wife. Would he wind up getting? So I don't know how much money he actually get. They didn't detail it, but I felt like it was enough for him to flee Korea after what happened to his boss. Um, and I think he should have done that because honestly, if he stayed in Korea, he would have went to jail. I don't know for how long. I mean, I don't know if he would have done life, but I think he should have just fled Korea because him playing the game now, his child is growing up without a father, and his wife is struggling in a foreign country. You know, even if she was to, flee, where would she be going? You know, like where would she be going? Um, what's this pretty girl name? The pretty one. She's the model, the tall, pretty one. She had a little brother that she had to look out after. She was already doing crimes, so and with her looks, if she just cleaned herself up a little bit, I'm sure she could have figured something out. Like, I'm not telling her to sell her body or anything, but I'm sure she could have figured something out. You know, find a trick and trick him, whatever. Like she could have did something. I'm just saying. I can't remember her name. I don't even remember her number that she wore. Well, we all know the pretty one that I'm talking about. Um, what else? Who else did I, feel some type of way about? Um, the gang member, can't remember his name, but I've just finished drawing him. He belonged there. Same thing with his little girlfriend. She belonged there. Like, I don't even feel bad for her. They both belong there. That's something that they would, do. Um 456. Oh no, let me save him alive because I'm gonna read his ass. But the old guy read his ass. Let me see. Oh, the girl who wanted to go to Jeju Island with the pretty one. Her, I felt bad for her. I mean, she really didn't have anything to live for. Like that's kind of sad. I mean, she belonged now she didn't belong there because even if she didn't have nothing to live for, even if she was in debt, I'm sure she could have figured something out cuz she's really cute too. Like her character is cute, but outside of the show, she's very cute. So I'm sure she could have figured something out in that, atmosphere. All right, so let me just get on to the winner because I want to read his ass to the filth. I hated his ass. I hated his ass, the way he treated his mother, the way he treated his daughter. I get that he fell into a slum after losing his job, his pension. His life just spiraled out of control. But what I hated, when he took this dumbass picture, what I hated about him is how he tried to act so moral. Like he had the most, like, he was such this good guy. And I'm like, you're not a good person. Like, oh my God. Like, he bothered me so much because I was like, yo, he's trying to act like this good child. He had such a childlike demeanor, but he was so bad. Like, he tried to act helpful to people, yet and still was doing the same thing as them to survive. And when he was trying to condemn Sung Woo for what the way he was moving, I was like, you're basically doing the same thing, just passively. Your intentions isn't to kill, but that's exactly what's gonna happen. And you know that's what's gonna happen. So technically it is your intentions, but it's like, how do I explain it? It's not like he's doing it to, I don't know how to explain it, but he's like, it's not nasty nice, it's not passive aggressive. It's kind of delusional way, like, oh, I'm being nice, I'm trying to help everybody survive, but I know everybody's gonna die. Like, that's what it was. And I was like, this is why I don't like you. Like, how is it that you one, you know how these games are played, you constantly went back, you have a gambling addiction, which is why you haven't been able to go back to work. You watch your mom die. You noticed that your daughter was being taken away from you, and you went back to play Squid Games. You had the most to freaking lose. And when you won, you were left with two things: to take care of two people. And for a year, you did not take care of them. You lived as a bum, all because you couldn't grasp the fact of people dying while playing these stupid, idiotic games. But you knew that was going to happen. That's why you came back. I'm just confused on what you thought. You wanted sympathy from me? I didn't know what this show wanted from me when it came down to his character. Because I'm like, I know y'all don't want me to feel some type of sympathy for him. I don't. I don't. I don't feel sympathy for any of the characters except for Sungwoo and that fine ass officer. Almost forgot about him. That fine ass officer. He did not deserve to die. Did not deserve to die. And not by the hands of the man he was going to save, his own brother. Child, that broke my heart. That broke my heart. I was like, wow. Why can't it be your own family? It be your own family. I was so distraught when I saw that happen. I was like, damn, he was the cute one on. He was the only cute one. And, you know, I know there was a lot of confusion with the translations and everything like that. I can't really say too much about it because I don't know Korea. I don't know Korean. But from what I saw on TikTok and how other people was translating it, I was like, damn, what if it was translated properly? How much more depth and weight the words that they were saying and the way they were reacting would have been translated to people like me. And even with the people who watched it in English, I want to see how that turned out. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I didn't like this drawing, by the way. I didn't like how any of this came out. So the only reason I'm posting it is because I misposted on YouTube. And I'm just trying to get over the whatever I post doesn't have to be perfect stage of YouTube. You know how people just, be posted whatever they want. And it's not always perfect. But like, it is what it is. That's where I'm trying to get. Like, I'm trying to just post, like, just get it done. You feel me? You understand? Anyways, that's it for this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one. Laters.